Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. In this video I like to compare three camp knives as an addition to your bushcraft knife. So I have three options, from small to larger. The Bushbaby from LT Wright. I have the Nordic Knife Design Wharncliffe, a little bit bigger, and the Ontario Fieldknife Bushcraft knife. Alright, so these are the three knives I like to test and see which one is complementary to my bushcraft knife. Okay, so let's start with the smallest knife. This is the LT Wright Bushbaby. This is about €100 here in the Netherlands. The blade is about 7.4 centimeters or 2.9 inches. It is 1075 steel and 59 on the hardness scale, and so that is yeah, it's a small package anyway. My carter handle and a leather sheet with a fire steel possibility and a dangler, so you do get some value for money, but you get a small blade. This is the Nordic Knife Design Wharncliffe. That one is about €75 here in the Netherlands, so that is a little bit cheaper. Curly birch handle. This one is 8.3 centimeters length and 3.27 inches. It's made of 14C28 steel and 59 on the hardness scale. With this one you also get a leather sheath with sort of like a clip, a snapper here, no dangler, but with a belt loop. Nice quality leather as well. So €75. So let's go to the Ontario. The Ontario knife is basically the longest of them all. The handle is long, the blade is long. It's a 5-inch blade or 12.7 centimeters. It is 420 high carbon steel. Now this one comes in two versions, but this is the OK8696. And it comes with that 420 high carbon steel at a 56 on the hardness scale. And this handle is hickory wood, walnut. I believe this is walnut. Alright, so this one comes with a Kydex sheath, and you know, it has a pouch for a sharpening stone, and it has an extra Velcro adjustment here, and you can swap this over, so you can put the knife in both ways. So maybe left, right or something, according to your preference. Alright, so let's do some slicing and dicing. Okay, so let's do some food prepping, because it's a camp knife and some light work. So let's start with the smallest one, an onion. And let's just see if we can make well, it cuts pretty nice actually. Yeah, really nice. Let's continue with this one. I like this one better actually. Yeah. Yeah, really nice. I get a new onion. So the thing that pops out to me the most, I mean this one cuts really nice as well, is the length of the blade. You have really a lot of space for cutting. Alright, so I have to say, if I have to cut food, these two are doing better. Because maybe this is really small. I don't know. Let's do a potato. It has a different ooh, that one. That is pretty nice. But again, you see what happens is that the handle, if you're not careful, you bump into the food. So, all right, but it does slice the potato really well. This one, yeah, you have a little bit more blade. You notice it right away, and of course the almost cut my finger there. Let me see if I have another potato. I have. All right, so. Alright, yeah, I must say, I mean, this is the thinnest blade, I think, but look at that, it's very easy. Alright, so this one the Ontario is actually pretty decent slicing, and then the Wharncliffe, and then the LT Wright actually. Let's do an apple. Well, let's just, yeah, I mean beautiful. You have all that length for cutting, and then the Wharncliffe Nordic Knife Design. Yeah, I mean it does cut. A little bit more difficult to get it to cut good. And the LT is, I mean, it's doable. Yeah, but the blade is really small. That's the problem. I mean, these kind of things work really nice. Yeah. All right. Let's do a bit of rope. Yeah, really good. Yep. And ooh, also really easy. All right. And I have some fat wood. Maybe try to get some shavings. And oh, I smell the raisin already. All right. Ah, that goes pretty nice with a little knife. Yeah, the Wharncliffe. Finding the angle. Yeah, this one wants to dig in a little bit more. It really wants to bite. Yeah, Ontario. Yeah, it's really the sliciest of them all. I guess you can make really nice curls also. All right. Okay, so let's go to some. Let's go to a branch and then to the fire steel. Go.
This one feels a bit sharper. Oh, this one is way easier. This one is clearly the easiest. Just look how fast I'm going through.
All right, so let's make a few notches to see how they would do, because I think that is what we would use these knives for. You know, maybe a figure 4 trap or small other things you make. So, I mean, a number 7 notch, nothing fancy for sure, but I mean, it cuts. Oh, broke completely. All right. Okay, let's do the other one, the Wharncliffe. Yeah, not bad either. The handle is a little bit thin at the back. You really feel that it's a little bit thin there, but it's okay. And maybe the let's try it here. The Ontario knife. I mean, that is quite a blade, quite a long blade for small tasks, but it cuts like crazy. All right, yeah, all right. Okay, so I think that can all do it. I mean, these knives are not meant for batoning, so we're not gonna even try and baton something like this dry wood, because the knives are just not meant for that. But maybe a small stick that you wanna kindle, or you wanna split a little bit further, really light stuff, you know, just to see. Nothing fancy in it, and you can see that it can split a little bit of wood. So if you need to split down some sticks for whatever reason, all right, let's take this one, the Wharncliffe. Okay, not bad at all. That one splits really easy. I think it's the thickest blade altogether. All right. So yeah, that can be done. And the Ontario, very thin blade. And it can just, you know, like I said, light stuff. They can do it. Obviously with a longer blade, you have a little bit more to strike. But look at the thickness of these blades. Definitely not something you want to baton, but with the Nordic Knife Design, I would say, yeah, 3.2 millimeters. That can take a little bit of a beating, but with the other knives, I would definitely not go there.
Yeah, big sparks. Also very easy. Yeah, all three very easy.
So imagine you want to do some feather sticks, because that might be something you want to do with this knife. And I mean that LT Wright knife, it does want a feather stick. It really wants to make fine curls. Yeah, not bad. Now this wood is a little bit wet, not too dry. All right. All right. Okay. Let's go take another piece to this one. Ooh. Like I said, this one wants to dig in a little bit more. That takes bigger chunks for sure. It's harder to find the angle. Yeah, it's more difficult for sure. I guess if you take a little bit of time to find the angle, okay. So I would say if you want to make thin sticks, the LT Wright is a little bit easier. This one wants to bite a little bit more. Let's do the Ontario. Get off a few pieces first. Yeah. Yeah, it wants the feather stick. Also wants to bite. Not the nicest curls. Trying to do fine curls here, but it's difficult. But you know, oh well. Okay. So I think the LT Wright is the one for the feather sticking, and then the Ontario and the Nordic Knife Design, they're somewhat similar, but this one bites more. Okay, everybody, let's go to the conclusion and take a closer look at the knives, and I'll give you my opinion about the knives. Okay, let's go and take a closer look. Okay, so let's start with the Bushcraft LT Wright. My problem with this knife is that I think it's a little bit too short, and I will tell you why. It's a flat grind, and that is fantastic for food prepping, but it's a little bit too short, because let's look at the better knives from Bark River, or a kitchen knife for that matter, which is way longer. So I found it a little bit too short, and it's just as big as my pocket knife. So I don't gain much slicing capacity, but it is a really good handle, and it is a really good all-round knife. But if you're looking for a whittling knife, maybe the Condor Mini Bushlor or the Eldris from Mora are better knives, because they are Scandi grind and they have pretty decent handles as well. So I'm struggling to see the real benefits, but it is a beautiful knife. Now the Wharncliffe knife is actually a little bit better in terms of the length. It is a little bit thick, where it's not so slicey maybe, but it's a really nice all-round knife, and it is not as expensive. This one is only 70 euros, so it's a really good knife. As you can see, it has about the same length as the Bark River Mini Kephart, which is one of my favorites, and that one is a little bit thinner, as hopefully you can see. So this one is a little bit slicier, and of course CPM 3V, etc. This is also 40C28 steel, so it's a little bit of an upgrade of the 1075 of the Mini Bushbaby. And then of course we have the Ontario Fieldknife, and as you can see, I just put it next to my kitchen knife. It's really in that category. It's even about the same thickness, so it's a great slicer. So if you're looking for a food prepping kitchen kind of knife, then this is a really good one. If you're looking for a small pocket knife that can do a little bit of all-round everything, but is not really comfortable for food prepping because of the length, then this is a really nice knife because of the handle. And I think the Wharncliffe is a very good backup knife for bushcrafting, because it can do everything a little bit. So it's a really thick blade. It can do a little bit of batoning if necessary. It does slice really well, and it has a decent handle. So all around, and especially for the price, I would say that the Wharncliffe is my preference. All right, so I hope this will help you out. Now, of course, you can make up your own mind about these knives. This is just what I found, and I hoped it helped. Thanks for watching. See you next time.